this may be the last reunion of the high school class of 43. I, Shirley Willinger Bramhall, am making the talk this year, but Connie Homney Canrack and May Cantor Sheraton, who have worked hard on this reunion, wrote it with me. So I want to start with a Connie Homnick story. Shirley Willinger, a naive young girl from the Bronx, took the test for Hunter College High School, passed it, and entered Hunter in January 1943. I rode the subway down. I walked into the school. A young woman approached me and said, "My name is Connie Homnick, and I am going to be the first woman president of the United States." Connie made me feel so good, so proud, and she gave me an introduction for the first time in my life, but far from the last, to something I learned was the women's movement. We had gone to school until Hunter with kids from our New York neighborhoods. Hunter was different because it included talented, low-income to high-income girls, wealthy families in Manhattan who would normally have sent their kids to fashionable prep schools, sent them to Hunter if they could pass the test because of its high-quality education. Some of you may know Jean Jimmy Austin was one of those girls. I remember we were in awe. She went to dances and football games, frequently on weekends in New England, a world apart from us Brooklyn Bronx girls. But one of us, Rita Glansman and I, wore the right kind of saddle shoes, but noticed that the heels on our loafers were too chunky. So we took a walk down Fifth Avenue and discovered a store called I. Miller with loafers with little flat patty-cake heels. So we each bought a pair to fit in. Let me follow with a quote that Connie gave me when helping to prepare this speech. She said, "Attending Hunter College High School made me feel special, genuinely made me feel special. I wanted to be the first woman president in the United States. I still want to, even knowing it's too late." Connie? I had the honor of being, this is Connie speaking, of being president of Hunter College High School. It reinforced my interest in politics, which I never lost. I taught many students at General MacArthur High School over the years. My experiences at Hunter made me an effective and caring teacher of politics. May Sheraton talked about learning Latin at Hunter. She says, "Why learn a dead language?" Learning Latin for 3 years was a gift to me, she said, because it made me understand the roots of my mother tongue and its offspring, and pulled me to the wonderful world of literature that inspired me to a job involving books, and finally a career as a medical librarian. To come back to me in the 1940s Bronx, when I attended elementary school, our teachers were predominantly maiden ladies who made a career of teaching, who really cared about their students, who guided each of us in the direction that would help us to make the best of our lives career-wise. They got to know the learning level of each of us and sent us in directions to realize our greatest ability. They recommended that I take the test for Hunter College High School, where my teachers picked up on my abilities and insisted that I learn. There, Dr. Koch and Ms. Schweppe opened the world of social sciences to me. I wrote my first research report for Dr. Koch on socialized medicine, something I'd never heard of before Hunter. That was the first of many reports I wrote in my life, and many new things I studied. Were my interest science, I would have gotten the same help in finding a learning direction from Mrs. Lilienthal. We learned how to think, to understand problems, to understand how to sort through the possibilities, analyze them, and decide on the best direction to follow and the steps necessary to make it happen. From then on, we were steered in the direction of learning to identify and solve society's problems. Connie and I represent today a class of, 175 girls? There were no boys at Hunter then. Each of whom found our path to successful, useful, satisfying work. Everyone in my class has a story to tell. Move on to my interest in economics and architecture, leading to my becoming a city planner. I developed a love and respect for cities and an interest in how to encourage our cities to develop as good places for people to live in, combining beauty and quality of design with places for people of all sexes, races, and income levels. I followed the paths opened to me by Hunter College High School. I got my master's in urban planning and had the pleasure of working as a city planner with caring mayors in Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Denver to develop cities that provided a good quality of life, welcoming to all income levels and races. Was it a straight and easy path? No, but my education at Hunter's College High School gave me the tools necessary to research and led to my helping to create workable, pleasant cities and living in. I had the pleasure then of getting a planning job in Denver, Colorado, and working to assure a successful planning department there that meets Denver's needs. I hope all of Hunter's students today receive the quality of guidance from the teachers and classmates that led to meaningful, satisfying, useful careers for me and May and Connie. Thank you.